We are live. Thank you for tuning in. Let me help you, a loved one or friend, find your vegan soul through food, people, events, and culture. We are vegging out this summer with Black Veg Society. But in order to do that, we need your support through donations. And here to talk about Collective Give, the 24-hour day of giving to Black campaign, is Tanay Lynn Harris. How are you, Tanay?
Hey Naija, how you doing? Thank you for having me.
Oh no, you're shoot, it's an honor because I'm looking at the countdown. I said it's like less than a month, and Collective Give is about to start August 8th. Please tell us, who are you and what do you do?
That's loaded. Um, but my name's Tanay Lynn Harris. I am one of the Collective Give leads. It is, as you had shared, our annual day of giving to Black-led social change organizations. And so, on top of supporting and leading the Collective Give campaign, along with the vision of Jamie and also the amazing work of Crystal as Chief Operating Officer, I work alongside them to really try to actualize the intentionality of the Giving Day.
I know my organization is listed in here, and talk to us about um, why this 24-hour fundraising campaign is so important. What is it, and how do people get involved? Is there still time for Baltimore organizations to register?
Yes, so Baltimore organizations can still register. And we also really want more folks to even understand that when we say greater Baltimore, that does consider Baltimore City, Baltimore County, and Anne Arundel and Howard County. And so it really is for Black led social change organizations who are doing work in the greater Baltimore area to really have an opportunity to boost and to amplify their work, but also what does it look like for the entire community to rally together for critical dollars for sustainability for Black led organizations. And so, yes, registration is still open until July 12th. And so we really need folks. If you want to come in, we already have over 100 organizations registered and geared up to be coming in and participating in this. And so the intention also comes out of 2018, Jamie and myself working together, thought partnership, really thinking about what would it look like to have a giving day that's really geared towards Black social change organizations. And so we first started the very first giving day back in 2018. We literally raised $5,000, and now last year we raised $1.2 million, and then this year we are seeking to raise $2 million together within 24 hours. And so that all happens by how our community comes together, how the organizations amplify and galvanize their networks, the community at large. And so this is really about bringing together the 5, the 10, the 15, the $20 to those organizations, particularly in a critical moment where we are already seeing where we even the intentionality of collective give was really because we knew that there were Black led organizations that weren't receiving the same type of money of white led organizations, right? And so how do we actually kind of like shift it so that there's a greater intentionality? And so here we are trying to work together to build and to grow and to galvanize critical dollars at a very important time for sustainability.
Well, I can tell you when I found out about Collective Give, and we definitely got to play. How long is this commercial here? We definitely got to play this. When I found out about Collective Give through, it was one of our board members, Crystal Foreman of Holistic Wellness and Health. And it was at like the final hour, or something was going on, like the day before. I don't know. I got in late and I said, "What is this? What is going on? And why am I not involved?" You know what I'm saying? And then everything that came of it, all the tools and resources and the educate. I know you've amped it up last year. You've really amped it up this year with the trainings, and I think everything has been so helpful to set people up for success for this 24 day of giving. So, folks, we're talking about the greater Baltimore area. If you are not registered and engaged in this 24-hour day of giving to Black, you are seriously missing out. Because I'm going to show y'all my page in a minute. I want to play this commercial.
grew up in Baltimore with a family of entrepreneurs. That whole bootstrapping life, we knew what it was to not have access to capital. And so I think more about it today as I launch collectively, getting access to capital, making sure Black led organizations have what they need to survive and thrive is very important to me. Some of the challenges we see with funding is that often the resources don't flow upstream. So even after the murder of Freddie Gray, resources came to Baltimore, but didn't necessarily make it into the hands of Black led organizations that are on the ground. These gross inequalities is what inspired me to start the Day of Giving, a day to support Black led organizations, to crowdfund, and to make sure that our organizations are amplified throughout the city. We know that in the foundation world, Black led organizations only receive 2% of the $60 billion in foundation dollars. So we wanted to create a mechanism, an organization, an ecosystem where we could pull dollars together, that we could partner with community organizations as well as foundations and investors that wanted to support Black-led organizations. In celebration of Black Philanthropy Month, we launched Collective Give as a day of giving to support Black-led social change organizations that often go underfunded and under-resourced. It's a 24-hour day of giving, a celebration to amplify the great work happening in our city.
I love it. You know what? This couldn't I can't even this is the best thing that's happened since I don't know when. Because you see the city, you see everyone getting together and the activations that you have, and I don't even know, are you having any activations this year? You want to talk about any of the events that are happening, and where people can find them? Because is this stuff that's going on? Do I see this here? This is the event page. Mama Co, is anything happening during the day of giving? Any activations?
Yep. Yeah, there's definitely things going on. And one of the things that's always best for folks to go to the website. So you got collectivegive.org. Um, and then on there, you'll always be see all of the events. Things will always be changing. We'll be increasing by adding more events. But we'll also be hosting an event in Howard County. That more details for that will be coming up within the next week. But here in Baltimore, we will be hosting a collective gift kickoff party at Mama Coco's from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. on August 7th, which is really like a gearing up and a rallying together. And then we'll start the day at Mama Coco's again from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. People can come. There'll be lots of activations. There's always prizes that we give to organizations. So the organizations will be galvanizing their people to win those prizes. A prize can be the organization with the highest amount of donors from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. could win an additional $500, something like that. But some of the other prizes will also be people showing up and wearing their t-shirts and reposting. Money will be going to organizations for that. The organization with the most people at the collective gift party at 8 p.m. on August 8th, from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m., will also receive a prize. So it's really about how we come together, all the activations, taking pictures, promoting your organization, amplifying your organization, but not just your organization or anyone's organization, but every single person's organization. And so that's also why we do really encourage the collective give shirts. The organizations get the shirts, but also community can purchase the shirts as well. So if you can really come out, you'll be painting the city a turquoise color just to be amplifying and showing your support for the collective give day.
Oh, and these are the okay. And folks, you can get the Collective Give shirts at collectivegive.com. And I'm definitely going to be getting my shirt. So I got to order that soon. I got my tickets to the August 8th event. I'm going to make sure I make it out to Mama Coco's. I love Mama Coco's. And I'm overdue for a visit. So I definitely want to get there on August 7th for the evening event. And then for the Collective Give Cafe in the morning on the 8th, the day of giving, and then in evening I got my tickets already, so I can't wait for that.
But I'm
I got the email. I said let me, because I'm always forgetting. I said let me get my tickets. So folks, you can definitely go on the collectivegive.com site, get your t-shirt. This is, I gotta bring up my page so people can understand what's happening when you set your stuff up. I gotta find my page. menu. Can I go to the directories from here? Can people actually log in and go and
So
see?
you actually would want to go where it says join these organizations, click view all.
Okay. Oh,
Or there.
there goes mine. Mine is here. Y'all, can you see mine? Yeah,
Uh-huh.
mine is here. Let me take that off. I got to show you how I said it because I'm looking for some people to help me fundraise for Black Veg Society. Okay. Because that's one of the challenges sometimes getting the team of people to help fundraise. You got your board, you got your family, you got your friends. Y'all need to go over the Collective Give, search for Black Veg Society. And if you are, uh, your heart goes into what we're doing and you're about the mission, please help us raise some funds because I can't have this platform without paying for it. This has to be paid for. The events that we put on need to be paid for. This is a labor of love and we need your support. So on this page, you can donate, and when you donate, look, these are the packages I have. I set it up for this interview that I'm doing with the wonderful Tanay. $25. You know what I'm saying? To help me, keep this platform alive. And then you got cooking demos. We donate food in the community. So you can give to that. You can give to dinner events, large events, festivals, and also be a presenting sponsor of an event. Like this year, we have the Children's Veg Fest, September 6th, and Dr. Bronner's is the presenting sponsor. But we have lots of events that we put on that we need support and funding for. And I definitely got to shout out collectively because we partnered in 2022 on a Vegan Soul Fest. We give Black Fest and definitely built a closer relationship. But let me show you the fundraising page. If you want to help Black Veg Society fundraise, you can put your name in here and your campaign name is optional, your email, all that stuff, and you can become a fundraiser for Black Veg Society, and we definitely need your support in this area. So, yes, please go to collectivegive.com and help Black Veg Society raise some money on August 8th because we want to win some prizes. What else do you have to say about that part tonight?
Yeah, I mean that is the thing. Every single organization has its own profile page to really talk about the amazing work that everyone is doing. I mean, we do have over 100 organizations currently registered, and there's still more that will be coming out. But for community, if this is your first time learning about Collective Give, or if you hadn't really known how to plug in, sometimes we have had other people in community that say on Collective Give Day, I'm giving $500 to multiple different organizations. And they go and they look at all of these different organizations that resonate with them and they make donations. But also, even if you have $5 or $10, but I mean, I just oftentimes think about what would it look like for all of the folks of Baltimore, Howard County, Anne Arundel County to really just start thinking about how they can give and giving in small and in big ways to create the levels of sustainability. But this really is a great opportunity for community to really like show up and to really show out.
Hey, shout out to Alex B, who gave me $100. But that
Look at
doesn't qualify for the August 8th. But we appreciate the support. We already got a donation from promoting
Well,
collective
for clarification, so Alex doesn't think his dollars do count. So Alex, your donation will aggregate on August 8th, but for the prizes,
Okay.
yes, you are correct. You won't count for the hour to hour prizes that come out, but it does count for collective gift for your organization.
All right. I appreciate your support, Alex Burry from Vegan Outreach. I was in a meeting last night and I sent the link out and told people about the Collective Give fundraiser. And Alex, she was the first one to donate. So I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Talk about some of the challenges that you face. Well, before we talk, because we always talk about the bad side. So success stories through Collective Give. Do you have any stories that you can share that can motivate people? Because some people are afraid to ask for money and
Yeah.
knowing that they need, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it has been one of those things, which is why we have always done the trainings, but really has been an opportunity for folks to realize this is digestible and this is an opportunity one, to really start thinking about, as Reverend Albert Cleve would say, like what we have in our hands, what we already have in our community. And so and we always, the trainings where we talk about, you have five people in your family, or you have five friends that you can ask to also reach out to five other people to give you 5, 10, or $20. And it really is trying to get us into a mindset that none of our organizations, none of the amazing work we want to do in community can be solely heavily reliant on grant or philanthropic dollars. And philanthropic dollars, as in coming from foundations. We really have to begin to see that we are the philanthropy that we need in our own organizations. We are really what with amplify the anchor institutions within our own communities. And so it really is like trying to put those energies behind it. But success stories have been people who said, like, I joined Collective Give not knowing what I was getting into, and I ended up raising $12,000. I won prizes, it turned our money around, and we were able to sustain one of our programs for our organization. And so it is that a lot of times people just need a little extra push, a little extra motivation, to remind them that, all is well and that they can continue to do this work. And so you hear those particular stories from folks. But also, one of the things that we've heard through the years, just in collectively overall, has been, thank you for seeing me.
Yes.
Thank you for simply seeing me, because that there is that thing of, like, sometimes when someone is kind to you or nice to you, we're like, no, why are you being kind to me? What you want in
Right.
return? And so there
Right.
is a shock factor that happens of, like, when you have a particular type of site, as Mommy Itihari Torre says, is when you have that particular type of site, there are things that you notice within your own communities. And so you begin to really see the gifts, the talents, and the genius. And you really want people to feel secure in that, and knowing that you actually see them, you hear them, and that you really want to be in right relationship with them.
You know what I like about this, because it gives me a directory of organizations in Baltimore that I can research and connect with, because there's a few of the organizations on here that I connect with. Well, I already said holistic health, wellness and health. My daughter is in the Rise camp, and they're on the list. Then you have the IBIM girls. My daughter's been engaged in that program. The White Lock Farm is on there. You got the Living Well, so it is a way to network with local organizations. It is a central database that we can look at and say, we all have this in common. We're part of the Collectively family. And when it comes to Collective Give in August 8th, we're all working together to raise this $2 million in funds.
Yeah.
So I just love the whole concept. And we need to see more of this
Yeah.
in other areas as well. So I really hope that the collectively is sharing best practices, because I'm sure there are other major greater cities that need this same community day of giving. So sending blessings to that. But I know there's challenges. What are some of those challenges that you're still trying to overcome with this initiative in the organization?
Hmm. I mean, I think the challenges could potentially be things like reciprocity,
Ah,
where, sometimes it can be, I'm joining this because I just want to capture money, as opposed to, I'm joining this because I want to be in relationship, and I want to be in community, and I want to galvanize dollars. And
right.
in many ways, that's a part of a mindset shift for many of us, whether it be like trauma, some of, whatever. There's so many variables to that aspect. But I think it really is like getting the word out there where more people really understand that this is the day of giving to Black-led social change organizations in Greater Baltimore. Particularly in the current political landscape, people are like, "Well, why Black-led?" And are you all concerned about that? And no, there haven't been any particular concerns that we've had, because we understand where the money has flowed into, and how many of our organizations have been forgotten. And so we really believe that if you stand the test of time, that is really the work that is happening. Like, it could be the slow and the steady, but it really does stand the test of time.
Yeah, and I get you with that whole black thing, because black vet society, we get it all the time, like, why black? And then I think back, like, when our ancestors were going through, like, why like, I'm saying, like, don't get us started with this. Like, you got to get comfortable with black. This reparations old. We labored, we built the nation. Um,
Mhm.
we can get into a whole conversation about it. I'm like, my speech around is we got to get comfortable with black. Period. End of story. And you shouldn't be uncomfortable with that. So it's interesting to hear you say that your organization is going through this. What else would you like us to know, Tanay, about you and your work in the community, whether it's through collectively, the Collective Give Initiative, any other work that you're doing? Now would be the time to share.
I mean, nothing too much. I mean, work on collectively and collective give since inception as thought partnership. I also run an organization that is a maternal health and reproductive justice organization called Bloom Collective. So we provide services from preconception, pregnancy, and postpartum, and also do a lot of advocacy and legislative work. Like locally in Maryland, but also nationally and also transnationally. So just 2 weeks ago, we got back from Ghana after taking my class I co-teach with Dr. Lisa Wright at Hopkins University in the University Writing Program. So we took 12 undergraduate students from Hopkins and then 6 additional students from Baltimore City and Baltimore County who joined us on the trip as well. So the course was centered on Black maternal health and reproductive justice work. It was a study abroad class. And so, just been really grateful for all of the various ways to be able to show up, utilizing gifts and talents to continue to do the social impact work.
I appreciate that. Like that is right up my alley too, because it's so important, that care, prenatal, postnatal, all of that. So you're definitely doing the work all around. How best can we connect with you directly and on your services and collectively?
Yeah. So for collectively, if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at Tanay, TANAY at collectively, CLLCTIVGIVE.org. And then you could also follow us on Instagram. And then from the Bloom Collective side, you could follow us at Bloom in Baltimore on Instagram and Facebook.
Renee, it's a pleasure having you today. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the activations at Mama Coco's and
$2 million. $2 million in 24 hours.
and at the party when we reached the $2 million, folks. Black Vest Society is looking for 100 million. You had us in the workshop. Drawing pictures and diagrams, and I'm just going to put it out there. I'm looking to raise $100,000, which isn't a lot because from if you want to keep it real, 1 million is really the small cap world for nonprofits. They call that small cap. Well, give me that 1 million. I can do a lot with it. You know what I'm saying? And all I'm asking is for $100,000. So let's raise that money, okay? August 8th, everyone, Collective Give. Please help us fundraise or help an organization fundraise, whatever organization that you want to help. Please go to collectivegive.com. I put it all in the, yep, I put it in the comments. And if you are an organization in the greater Baltimore area, you need to register for Collective Give. So go to collectivegive.com. It is in the comments. Again, it's a pleasure today. Looking forward to seeing you. Sending blessings. And hey, I wish I had the bracelets on that your son was selling at the Black Joy event. Like, they are just doing the darn thing. Like, it was just such a pleasure to see them. I'm like, oh my God, they're doing the work.
They really
Early.
are. Yeah, they are a band of entrepreneurs.
Love
But
it.
what we do appreciate is how they're using their creative energies to actualize their entrepreneurship, and their hard work is in there as well. So we like that.
Absolutely. I hope to see them at Children's Veg Fest. I'll reach out to you for that one because they would be a pleasure to have them there. All right. All right, everyone. I'm going to start talking about what's the next thing. Hey, Maryland Vegan Summer Fest. So, I check you later. Let me talk about that.
Thank you.
Um, so this August, like August is like the month for everything right now. So there is a vegan, what is it? A Maryland Vegan Eats. You know, we do Maryland Vegan Eats vegan restaurant month. So we do Maryland Vegan Eats Restaurant Month, and we have a summer fest that we are launching for the first time. So let's talk about that. Maryland Vegan Eats Summer Fest during Maryland Vegan Restaurant Month. So the month is going to run from August 1st to the 31st. And in the midst of that, I think it's the third weekend of August, we're going to have for the first time a Vegan Eats Summer Fest, a Maryland Vegan Eats Summer Fest presented by Visit Maryland. We were just happy to get their support this year, especially in these turbulent times of funding. We had to beg to get this support. So we want to make sure that folks come out and enjoy what we have in store because I don't think there's going to be a launch party this year. So in lieu of the launch party, we're going to have the Summer Fest. It's at Power Plant Live. So this is the first time that this event will be done down at Power Plant Live in Baltimore at the Inner Harbor. So in that area, and you can go to mdveganeats.com for more information on that. mdveganeats.com. We are looking for the best greatest food vendors, vegan food vendors for this event. There's going to be live entertainment and speakers and cooking demos and activities for the children, and not just those usual normal activities you see for the children. We're actually securing a company to handle children's activities. The organizers behind this event are Black Vet Society, which is why we need funding and we need support. Golden West, the Land of Kush, Underground Pizza. So these are the organizers, and again, thanks to the support of Visit Maryland, where we can get the marketing done and get the word out on this. So vendors, you have until what is this? August 4th is the deadline to sign up. So no, this is not going to be the festival where you can sign up late. You have got to sign up by August 4th. So I'm going to put uh, in the comments, vendors must register by August 4th. Go to mdveganeats.com because it's not going to be extended. So we have a limited amount of spaces. mdveganeats.com. We have a limited amount of spaces, and you have until August 4th to lock in a space at the Summer Fest. So can you go to mdveganeats.com, mdveganeats.com. I think that's all I had to share. So let me, you know what? I never actually take the time out, or it's been some time since I have shouted out some of the sponsors that we do have through that have been supporting Black Vet Society. So I want to take some time out to give them their flowers. Okay. All right. So right now we got Mercy for Animals and Stray Dog and Visit Maryland and Vegan Grants. Dr. Bronner's, who's the presenting sponsor of the Children's Veg Fest that is scheduled for September 6th at the Weinberg Y in Waverly, A Welfare World, ETC Impact, the Pain Brother Giving Fund, Friends of the Earth. Through Friends of the Earth, we are part of the Plant Powered School Meals Coalition. So we're advocating for more plant-based options in K through 12 schools. So definitely appreciate their support in funding for us to do that work. And then we also have the Reducitarian as a partner. We have some fellows working with us on our TikTok, social media, and other projects. through Reducitarian Foundation. So we appreciate their support as well. But yeah, hey, look, again, go to collectivegive.com. Please help Black Vet Society raise funds on August 8th. Donate or choose to be a fundraiser for Black Vet Society. We truly appreciate your support. But whatever you decide to do, I wish you many blessings. Please be well, be safe, and until next week, have a good one. Bye bye.
Meeting you where you are. The meaning behind the slogan is that we meet the community where they are on their journey towards holistic health, a plant-based lifestyle, and veganism, whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. We do this through people, food, events, and culture. Our 6 pillars are birth, eating, education, empowerment, enlightenment, and events. We are Black Veg Society.